So in this video, we will implement the like and unlike feature in Conduit. So when we like the article, the count increases by 1, the like count, and if you unlike, the count decreases by 1. So let's write the first function, the favorite article function, that takes an article and it makes a post request, and let's also implement the unfavorite article as well. And let's copy the body from update article, and let's make sure that we have the indentation right. And it should be /favorite, and the handler will be favorite success, which receives the updated article. And for the error handler, we can leave the same, and it's going to be a post request. And for unfavorite article, actually, you know what, let's, instead of saying favorite success, we'll say toggle favorite success, because we will be using the same function for both favorite and unfavorite. And for unfavorite, we will be using the delete. So yeah, now let's test our, so let's go to select an article, and now let's try to favorite this article. And as you can see, if you go to the home page, the count has increased by 1. And let's try to unfavorite the article as well. And if we go back, sorry, it should be unfavorite. And now if we go back to the home page, the count should decrease by 1, so it should go back to 0. So our function is working, but the next step is to obviously update the toggle favorite success. So what we want to do is, once we have the updated article back, we need to update our cache as well. So we need to reset the submitting state to false, and we will implement a function called update article. And this update article takes 2 arguments, the article and the updated article. And we will say if the slug of the article is equals to the slug of the updated article, it means that that is the article that has been updated. So we're going to return the updated articles, otherwise we're going to return the old article. And what we're going to do is we're going to update the article state. So we're going to reset the article state, and we're going to map over all the articles, and we're going to pass the update articles that we just wrote. And we are also going to import the articles in the article component, both the favorite and unfavorite. So we have to make sure that the name of the functions are right. And the next step is to favorite it. So we can use the favorited property. So we need to give the on-click handler to the favorites button, and we'll call it toggle favorite, and we're going to pass the article. And we're going to say if the article has been favorited, then we're going to call the unfavorite article. Otherwise, we're going to call the favorite article. Now let's test our function, and it is not working. Oh, it is working, but it is not updating somehow. So there is something happening here. So let's go and inspect our state. So it is looping over, but something is wrong. So let's see what's happening. We need to pass the current article as well as the article that we got from the toggle, from the response. So now again this is not working. Now if we inspect the article state, because we need to instead of doing the reset, we need to update the articles property. So we can delete that and use the swap function. And now something is not working. So we need to update the articles, right? We need to map over the articles. So now if we okay, so the unlike is working, but the unlike is not working, which means that there is something wrong with the toggle article. So as you can see, it's favorited, favorited, so it's not favouritted. So if we go back to the toggle favorited, right? So as you can see, it's favorited, favorited. So that is the issue. So we have added the extra U, and now everything should work, right? Now the next step is to check on the profile page to see if it works on the profile. So it looks like it is working on the profile page as well. Awesome. Now the next step is to handle the submitting state. So as you can see, when we are clicking on the button, and if the button is clicked, then we show different styles. So we need to handle those two cases. So we need to disable the like button when the request is in flight. So we're going to add the disabled property, and it's going to be the submitting state. And now if you click on the button, as you can see briefly, it will be disabled. And also the favorited and unfavorited, we need to fix that as well. So the favorited class is button, button small, and button primary. Unfavorited is the one that we have. So instead of passing that class directly to the button attribute, to the button component, we're going to pass it as an attribute. So if the article has been favorited, then we need to show the button primary, otherwise button outline primary. And now if we refresh and try, now it works. And the final step is to update the article details. So currently we're not showing this component over here, as you can see on the production version of the website. So if we go to the article details component, and below the article actions, we need to pass the article meta. And as you can see, the can modify property has been hard coded. We need to fix this as well. So to see the logic for can modify, so now we are showing the component, but we need to fix the can modify as well. So the can modify is if the current user is equal to the author, right? So we're checking by their username. So we need to implement this logic in our article details page. So we can copy the JavaScript code, and we also need to import the auth. So let's comment this and let's import the auth. So right below the article, we're going to say app auth as auth, and we're going to create a local variable called is current user. But before that, let's connect to the REPL so that we can invoke the code from our IDE. So what we need to do is, if the author is equal to the current user, then we can modify. So we'll say if can modify is equal to, let's make sure that we have the indentation right, and we'll say if the username of the current author, the current auth user, auth state, so that's me, is equivalent to the author of this article. So we'll say we'll use the thread first macro. So current article state, author, and username. Now if we invoke this, it's going to be the same as us because we wrote this. So equal should return true. And now instead of hard coding the true value, we can say can modify. And with this, we are at the end of articles like and unlike functionality. And in the next video, we will get started with the comments functionality. So I'll see you in the next video.